Hello, everybody. If I can figure out what I did with the scissors, we're gonna open some boxes today. Because I've gotten so many packages that I don't have the time to make a bunch of individual videos about them, but I want to highlight the people that have done things that are amazing and shared things, and so we're gonna open some boxes and see what we got. This whole process of moving to the apartment has been just shocking. Like, I didn't expect this kind of support. I still am kind of uncomfortable with this kind of support, but some of the messages I've received have been just so amazing that it's, I don't know. And when people are reaching out and saying, hey, we appreciate you, and it means a lot. And like I said, it's very humbling. Well, hello. All right, is there a note or is it just a box? Yes, there's a note. This is from Mystery this. It's just like the number sign. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. We have a comforter. I think I already had a comforter. I have now got multiple comforters. I don't know what to say about this. I feel like life is getting insanely nice. I slept so well in the bed last night. I don't know why I was so resistant to getting a real bed or sleeping in a real bed. I just for some reason was convinced that it was not going to help or it was going to make my back worse based on past experience, but I slept really well. And so I'm glad that I listened to the people who really insisted that I do that. Let's see. Yeah, so it is. It's going to be a comforter. So now we have a giant comforter, which I guess will go on the day bed. So I have the couch that someone gave me last night when I helped him move. Let's do this real quick. And then I have the day bed over by the window, because that seems like the best place to have it, because it allows me to, lay under the light or do something if I'm trying to work. Let's try a big one. Do I have an Amazon wish list? Yes. I think all the stuff has been bought because people have shown up. I put originally 10 things on there, and people were like, put more. I was like, yeah, I don't really expect people to get more stuff. But no, they got more stuff. I think there may be chairs left on there, but I think that's it. Pretty much everything in this apartment has been that. And I, again, was expecting this to be months and months of trying to find things and make things work. And instead, it's happened almost overnight. Oh my God. We have a TV. We have a TV, so we're going to be watching in style, which I'm not the biggest TV person after prison because I spent so long watching TV and being a passive sideline person, but I have such a hard time slowing down and just taking it easy that I'm trying to find ways to just relax and do something. So I think finding a good show that I can just binge out on a Saturday is kind of an ideal thing. Or I wanted to watch the Super Bowl the other day, and I ended up going to a pizza place to go watch a couple of minutes of the Super Bowl, then found out I could watch it on my phone because I'm still a little behind on the technology, as you may imagine. So, let's find out. This is from Ryan. Ryan says, I appreciate and respect the model and message you're sharing. Thank you, Ryan. That's really amazing. Again, I'm really grateful for the support and for the opportunity and for the fact that it resonates with people. Because I guess for a long time I thought, if I tell my story, who's going to care? Before I got out of prison, I never imagined there was going to be any kind of platform like that. I felt like I was going to need to do something really great with my life, really try to figure out a way to go back to school or get a doctorate or, do something special. And somehow it's been enough. Somehow people have continued to be interested and engaged, and it means a lot. And that's all. I have a TV. That's amazing. Thank you, Ryan. All right. I feel like Amazon has now. All right. So this is not a sponsored thing. Someone sent this to me, and I'm gonna find out who. This bone broth. I don't want to say it changed my life because that's not true, but I always try to get up and drink coffee in the morning, but I have anxiety. So when I get up and I drink 10 cups of coffee, and then I'm even more anxious. And this way, if I can go, I'll go do a little workout or go for a run. I hate running, but it's good for you. Come back and have a big cup of this instead of coffee, and then I don't have to worry about so much anxiety, or I'll have 1 cup of coffee and then I'll have that. I actually broke my coffee maker the other day, but I think we may find one in there. And this is from Joey. Thank you, Joey. All right, you got bone broth. All right. How many things are there? I feel like an Amazon driver either loves me or hates me. I don't know how that does. How long have I been into men? I feel like that's a really original question. Why, thank you. We have more bone broth. So once again, like I said, stuff is amazing. I highly recommend it. So I went to Costco to try to buy some one time, and I bought the chicken stock bone broth. It's it's for soups. It's cooking, right? Did not have the same taste as just a morning beverage. So do not recommend that. But I can say that this is from Danielle. Well, thank you, Danielle, a fan in Arizona. I appreciate it. All right, another box. Again, like I said, an Amazon driver either loves me or hates me. I'm really not sure. If they get paid by the package, which would be great, but somehow I don't think Amazon does that, they would love me. If not, not so sure. Oh, God. All right, so we have... What is this? Bed shirt collections? I don't know what this is. Goodness. Sheet set? Oh, wow. It's like a fancy sheet set. A fancy sheet set for a new bed, which is really amazing. Here. Oh, and I'm drinking milk with cookies because somebody once told me, I asked a woman, I said, what is like a deal breaker? This was years and years ago. Like, what is a deal breaker? She says, if a guy orders a cup of milk or a glass of milk at a restaurant, like, that's it. And I don't know why, but that bothered me because I was like, every now and then I like to eat milk and cookies. So, where did I put this bites? Oh, I gotta grab it real quick. Somebody sent me these, and they are waffle cones with chocolate, and waffle cone and chocolate are two of my favorite things, so I'm gonna eat some with milk. All right. So that was one sheet set, and we have two, so now there are two sets of sheets for the bed, which is amazing. And this is from, ooh, it's from a mystery person. I don't know what that symbol means. It says from, I don't know what that is, but well, thank you, whoever you are. That is very sweet. All right. Wait, is there more? No, it's like a little guy with glasses, so that's really cute. Thank you. All right. Where do you start? All right. Oh, maybe I should use the sharp-sided scissors and not the dull side. That would work better. I don't know. All right. Oh my goodness. I don't know what this is. A cotton waffle duvet cover set. And this, by the way, I did not have this on my wish list. People have just sent this and a couple of these other things, which I guess you can send through somebody's wish list. That's amazing. So now there are like multiple duvets. I didn't even know what a duvet or a comforter was. I'm not sure I still understand, but I'm feeling very fancy. All right, let's find out who this is from. This is from, now it's from an upside down smiley person. Not the same thing. So I feel like there's a mystery person out there gifting me amazing bed material. So somebody's really invested in sleep, and I hear that's important because if we're gonna spend a third of our life there, we need to be comfortable, and that makes a lot of sense to me. All right. Oh my good, what is this? Ooh! I don't know why I'm so excited about this. It's a butter dish, and for some reason that just makes me really happy. I haven't had a butter dish. All right, it doesn't say, is there another sheet? Sometimes I'll get these and they don't have it. Ooh, I think there's a name. From Jessica. Well, thank you, Jessica. I'm really happy to have a butter dish. That feels really good because then I can actually have butter on the counter and not like frozen in the fridge or, although thankfully the fridge here is a lot better than the last place because if the last place, like if you're in the back of the fridge, it was frozen. If you were in the freezer, you could, like ice cream was like a rock. You would not get in there. So now I have a butter dish. Let's see. This is kind of exciting. We are going to have buttered toast on a regular basis now. All right. We have a can opener. Fancy opening cans. And I actually have, Joe sent a kitchen set that I have over there, and I will bring that in a second and show it. And this is from Christy. Christy's like hooked the kitchen up. Thank you, Christy. All right, this is gonna go over here for the kitchen. Yeah, let me get that real quick. So I want to show the kitchen set that Joe got because I think it's great. So it's like an everything you could need, silicone organized thing. It all fits in one tub. I just really like it. So I did bacon and eggs this morning. I'm gonna do more. I need to start getting back into cooking, and we're gonna have fun. All right. Let's see what this is. Ooh, we have a gift that's a surprise. All right. It says, keep your gifts a surprise, so don't open this yet. So I'm not going to open this yet. It is from Lori. Says she's proud of me. Look, people get to the point where they're like, maybe they heard somebody was proud of them or all those things. I'm one of those people that still, as much as maybe it shouldn't have an impact, when somebody tells me they're proud of me, that means a lot. So I always appreciate when people just say things. So I feel like there's so many opportunities in a day to say something nice. To say thank you, to say I appreciate you, to say I love you, to say whatever, and we often don't take those. And I think it's just a shame because it doesn't take any more energy to be kind. It doesn't take any more energy to show up and just, do something nice or say something nice. So I try to do that, and I really appreciate it when other people do too. But I have no idea how you open this, so maybe I'm just really bad at this. You just really, no, it's like stuck. All right, well, I may have to cut the bag, I'm afraid to say, if I can get this to work. Maybe the scissors are not as sharp as I would have liked. All right, let's see. Oh my God, what? Well, I was just talking about coffee, and now we have a coffee pot since the other one broke. So we're gonna be drinking coffee, and I really like coffee, though remember I'm trying to cut down because of the anxiety. But if I can have a cup in the morning, maybe a cup in the morning, in the afternoon, and then match with some bone broth, we're gonna be in a good position. And I wanna find out who this is from, in this fancy envelope. So this is from Lori. Well, thank you, Lori. So I have to put all these in there because I want to send everybody a thank you note later, because I think that's really amazing. All right, put these in here. And then this last one is, it is a kitchen table, like one of those tables on wheels, but I need to assemble it, and I have not done that yet. So I need to figure out about what this is gonna take, because some of this stuff has been really easy to put together, and some of it has not. Like I'm embarrassed, one of the lamps, I didn't see the other lampshade, so now it only has one lampshade, and I feel kind of silly, but I guess I can learn from it. All right, so let's see what this is going to take to put together. Something really satisfying about unpacking things, like, I don't know. All right. Oh no. I end up with styrofoam all over the apartment, and I've been really good about cleaning it up, and I want to try to make things look nice, but sometimes it's just a mess. All right. This is kind of heavy. Okay. Let's see if we can make this work. Big styrofoam. I don't know. Does anybody know what styrofoam is made out of? I don't actually have any idea. I always think of it as like its own thing, but obviously it has to be made out of something. It doesn't like grow naturally in the wild. Alright, so tops. levels. 3 levels of fancy. I told my friend the other day I'm starting to feel really bougie, and I kind of am. Because I think there's this thing, I've talked to people who've gotten out of the military, people getting out of prison, and people coming off the streets. It's this sense of things become kind of scary. Like we don't want to be beholden to things. We don't want to be responsible for things. It's this weird, bizarre kind of situation. So, oh, well, this is gonna make a mess, but, all right. Wheels, stuff, paper. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna put this together. Let's see if I can lower this down. All right, let's find out how this works. Obviously these wheels are gonna go on the bottom. That makes the most sense. But let's see what we need to do. Anybody like using instructions? I'm definitely a fan of not using them, but I'm not always very good at not using them, so it's a work in progress. Because again, then I ended up with 1 lampshade instead of 2. So there are some weaknesses to my approach, and I highly recommend those who stick to the plan. All right, so those are, where did those go? Oh yeah. Gonna need these cross sections. Hold on, wham. Like I said, this is probably pretty obvious, but every now and then you gotta just be safe. All right, so these go in with Fs. Okay, which one is B? Doesn't matter. No, this one is B. So we're going to go like this. I don't know what this looks like, but we're gonna figure it out. So the bottom section, okay. Again, you know, the joys of putting things together. And actually, it sounds strange, but some of this stuff I really do look forward to because for so long I couldn't, you know. And when I finally got a job on maintenance inside, that was really important to me. It really meant something. These are like hardcore screws. Okay. I guess it makes sense that they would be wood screws for, you know, going into wood. But I think so much of this stuff is not actually wood. I assume this is actually just pressed wood too, but you never know. Maybe I got something really special. This might actually be easier to do with a drill, but we'll see. Maybe this is the workout I need after 2 times at the gym today. I don't know. I do really think that it's important to have gym strength or experience that goes outside of just the gym setting, so maybe this is my opportunity to work on grip strength. All right. Nope. Wrong one. Yeah. I feel like some people are a lot better at this kind of thing, but I'm working on it. That's the way I look at it. I'm working on it. I do remember, so when I was a kid, my dad used to take me out to the shed and we would do projects. That was where I did like the derby car for Cub Scouts, or he would work on little woodworking stuff. And I didn't realize that not everybody could do that. I mean, I just grew up thinking everybody could, like, you know, could shape wood or build things or make things work. And it was really cool to realize at some point that I had had an opportunity that not everybody has. And I'm really grateful for that. Because when I first came home, I went to go work for a lawyer who was selling his house. And he said, hey, you know, maybe I can teach you a couple things and kind of give you a leg up on the construction game. And I was like, oh, that's really thoughtful, thank you. And so we got there, and, you know, we worked on a couple projects, and I think he realized that I kind of knew what I was doing, and he was like, oh, you know, I'm not sure I really need to teach you anything, so why don't you just do this? And I was like, hey, cool. And he gave me a chance to do a bunch. What do you say? Are there any other things I need, and is there a link where you could send it? I don't know if there's really anything else. I think there's still chairs for this little table. On my Amazon wish list, which is through my profile page or the Linktree or linktr.ee/second_chancer. But I mean, people have sent so much stuff. I don't know that I really need anything. I appreciate it. Now people are sending things that aren't even on the list that are just like, you know, an extra comforter and duvet, and I mean, just really sweet, thoughtful things. Again, it's been amazing because I didn't expect any of this. Like I said, I thought this move was going to be just an experience, and it had already been incredibly expensive. But I guess that's the thing I don't realize. Like, I've never just moved before. I've never just moved as an adult, or, you know, when I got out, I had one box full of things. It's not even like it's going to fit in your car. I could fit on a bicycle. And now I'm trying to adjust to being comfortable having things, but not getting lost and having too much, you know? I talked to a friend who grew up in Lebanon in the Civil War, and he talks about he can move everything by hand. Like he can move everything in his apartment and in a couple bags. And on the one hand, I really admire that because that's something I still feel and I see the value of. On the other hand, I worry about being stuck in that place. Like I'd kind of like to be at a point where I'm comfortable having stuff, or I'm comfortable just being in the world and not constantly feeling like I'm going to get evicted or something's going to happen. That's really what it comes down to. It feels like, well, what am I going to do with all this stuff when they tell me to pack up and move? Like, how am I going to fit all this stuff in a trash bag or in a cart? Because that was my experience for so long inside. And I'm really thankful that that is not the experience anymore because, barring an emergency, I'm here for 15 months, so I've got a place to stay. I don't need to worry about it until after that. I really like this place. I can definitely see myself staying here. Though I think there's a chance that once I'm off paper, once everything is official, I go somewhere else. And I don't know what that looks like, but having been to California and New York and Boston and all these places that I never could have imagined going before, the world is big and I want to experience that. I want to see that. I want to go places and meet people and I don't know what work is going to look like. I'm not sure, if the nonprofit is going to continue to be the main focus because we're doing really good work now, but I recognize that I'm not the best executive, so it may end up being somebody else that runs this better than I do, and I go do something else. Had some really neat conversations today. There's a program called the Home to Hope in Charlottesville, here in Virginia, and it's basically a peer support program for people getting out of prison. So these are all people who've been formerly incarcerated. The guy I met with today, Whitmore, is absolutely amazing. He runs a program called Freedom for Felons. He's got a podcast. And they help connect people with services. They do, and it may not be enough or in different people's eyes, but they do amazing work. And I love meeting people who are passionate about this, who do this, that this is what they're into. And it's just really inspirational to me. So I'm grateful to have the opportunity to meet with people and also recognize that sometimes I'm not going to be the best person for the job. There's going to be somebody else who's going to do this better, who can do this in a different way than I can. And I just need to, recognize, hey, maybe this is my strength and I can highlight them, or maybe this is my strength and I can drive awareness or I can drive funding. But yeah, it's been a really neat experience. Okay, we need another B. Another B. This is another B. This is another B. Cool. I don't think there's a right way to do it. If there is, I'm just gonna do it wrong, but we'll make it work. But yeah, I mean, it's adventurous to want to move, to want to go somewhere else, to want to do something different, especially after so long in one place. But I also know that, we can get caught in this kind of wanderlust and not appreciate or not, recognize the good. And I think that's true with everything. That's with where we live or, a partner or, what we do for work. It's easy to think that the grass is greener and, sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. And it's really important to know from experience. Like I realize I have to get out and I have to explore and I have to do things, but I also realize that it's not necessarily going to bring me to a better place. And I really try to remember that because I live in kind of a great place. It's got a lot of issues. There are a lot of things we're working on, but there's some really great things, and there's a reason that so many people come here to live. And hopefully we can address those issues and we can find ways to continue to make it a community that's maybe more inclusive and more inviting and more whole, but also still has amazing mountains to hike on and good restaurants and good music and good little things. And a sense of community. I think that's the biggest thing. I had a buddy in prison who moved from Richmond to Charlottesville before he went to prison, and he said he didn't know what was going on because everybody was like waving at him or talking to him. He said growing up in Richmond, nobody does that. Like he didn't feel like that was a thing, but yeah. He found what I found, and that's the particular place I'm at does not seem to be nearly as friendly as that, but growing up, everywhere I went, there was somebody to say hi, there was somebody to look after you. I mean, I was a little kid walking along the mall, just this downtown mall in Charlottesville, and it wasn't a big deal to be 7 years old or 6 years old or taking documents to the courthouse for my mom or taking things to the bank, or it was a community where that could happen, and I like that it's still that. Like in the neighborhood I was staying at before here, kids still walk to school, like little kids still walk to school, and it's not a big deal. You have crossing guards, like it feels like small town America, even if it's not. And I just think that we miss that in so many places, and I don't know, I want a community that feels safe. I want a community that feels like kids can walk to school and we can just be, we can get together and have barbecues, or we can, meet on each other's porches for Halloween. Just things like that are really positive. And I don't know that, I'm sure a lot of places have that. I know weirdly, like Manhattan had that. I expected everybody in Manhattan to be super unfriendly, but what I realized is in the neighborhood, or the neighborhood I visited, everybody knew each other. like it was a small community. It was like a small little get-together thing, which I thought was really cool. All right, we got a problem. What's going on here? Did they not drill this? Maybe they didn't drill this. Maybe we're in trouble. I don't have a light because can I do a flashlight on here? Is there a way to do a flashlight on your watch? I think there probably is. I don't know these things. They tricked me too. They were like, buy this watch and it'll be cheaper with your thing. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's ends up being really expensive. But you know what? It works out. I don't know what's happening here. No, it's there. It's just not lining up. Oh, it's definitely off. All right. Again, sorry for the delay as I figure out small mechanical issues. But getting this together, again, it feels like there's a whole house. And that's, you know, I've never had a space that was really my own. I mean, in prison, I managed to be in a single cell for a year. And that felt really awesome because it felt like I could be, you know, in a safe thing. And that was really the only space I could imagine having. Like having something bigger than that felt crazy. And I was in like a 6x12 cell. Or 6x9 or 6, I can't remember what it is exactly. But it was small. And I could fit everything I owned in a couple trash bags or in a couple totes. So getting out and having stuff feels kind of uncomfortable. And it sounds silly to some people, or it sounds, you know, like it's something you just get over, but I don't know, it feels like I have to grow to I have to grow to be able to take up more space, and I know that things come with that, and it's still just an uncomfortable thing, but I'm working on it. All right. So what's the next step? Put the top on. All right, how do I put the top on? How do I put the top on? With eye screws. Okay, this is an A. This is coming together. See, we have like a whole kitchen. We have food. We have all kinds of stuff that we need. And it feels good. And I'm looking forward to being able to have people over and do things and feel social and, again, have a space that feels like I can make it like homely. Like not just the space that I live in, but a space that's actually like home and is comfortable. Yeah, because I think community is the thing that I've struggled with most because I don't know what it looks like. But I found it I go to the gym, the jiu-jitsu gym all the time. And there are a couple guys that we, maybe not in the normal sense, we just talk trash because they are significantly bigger and better than me. So they beat the crap out of me. But at the end of the day, what they'll say is like, you know who really won today? Like, you're crap talking, basically. Because yeah, I'll get smashed by the big guy and I'll be like, you're lucky I'm taking it easy on you. And then they'll smash me even harder. But it's the little victories. Like one of the things I love about martial arts and about jiu-jitsu in particular is that you learn every time. Like whether you win or lose, there's something that you learn. And it's oftentimes just this lesson in getting an inch instead of a mile. Like if I'm trying to submit somebody or I'm trying to get to a different position or I'm trying to do something new, that's just not gonna happen overnight. This guy is 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 80 pounds heavier than me and has been doing it for 5 years more than me, but I'm doing a little bit better in that little place. I'm resisting a little bit longer. I'm managing to advance my position a little bit stronger. And eventually it comes together to something big. But life is really not about those big leaps, because I think the big leaps are often kind of mythical and we get lost in that idea. I think life is really about those small daily things that we do. It's the daily, get up and do 100 push-ups or get up and go for a walk or get up and do something else. Like that's really where the work is, because going to run a marathon once is one thing, but getting up and doing, going for a couple mile walk every day, that's where you really see results and difference. So that's where I really see growth in my life. So when I'm getting beat up by the guys in the gym, I enjoy it, and I find a way to learn from it, and I find a way to get better, and I find a way to recognize even when I get frustrated, like, hey, that's a lesson too. How am I going to deal with this frustration? How am I going to recognize this as an opportunity for growth? rather than something I'm doing wrong or is a matter of powerlessness. And I just found it really, really helpful. So I think that martial arts is often kind of the lesson of life. And it's really easy to get caught in doing a lot of other things, but when I stay in gratitude for that, when I stay in recognizing that everything is an opportunity, I tend to feel pretty happy. Not happy all the time, but a lot. All right, these are hooks. Where's H? This H is in here. This is really nice, actually. I wasn't sure what to expect. All right. Thank you all, by the way, for hanging out as I open boxes and put things together, which feels kind of ridiculous. But it's really nice. It's one of the things I've struggled with, and I realized, I was talking about community. Does this go like this? Yeah, I guess that works. I struggle with not wanting to do things alone. When I was living with Courtney, I would cook almost every night because I'd be at home and she'd be coming in, and I like that. I feel good about that. When I have people over, I'll cook for them. I don't hardly ever cook for myself, and I'm not sure what that's about, if it's some matter of self-worth or whatever. So I didn't want to open boxes and put stuff together alone. I want to do it with somebody, but I'm not going to, call a friend and be like, hey, come open boxes with me. I guess I probably could, but I figured I could do this. Like, I can feel like I'm connected to people, or I'm interacting with people, or there's something going on because I'm doing it with y'all, and I really appreciate that. See if I can actually get this in while I'm talking rather than letting it fall down again. All right. One step at a time. I guess I could play music, but I don't know what that does. They're always weird about that on videos. But sometimes it's worth it. I have my little dance party in the apartment. I try not to make too much noise because I know what it is to have neighbors. Just having been inside where you have neighbors, you don't really want, and every noise and every whatever can be a major distraction. I try to be really respectful of this, but less especially at night. Sometimes you just gotta turn the music on, you gotta dance a little bit. You gotta enjoy the presence of the plants, who, hopefully the original named plant is doing better. Got him all trimmed up yesterday, but not sure. His brother's doing great. So one of them is the star of the family, one's a black sheep, so hopefully they're gonna catch up or be okay. I actually think I'm not gonna put this on wheels because I don't think I want to have it move around, but we'll keep the wheels just in case. It's a great thing about options. Yeah, I think this is it. I think it's done. Oh, we've got hooks. What do the hooks do? Oh, well, cool, the hooks go here, so I guess you can hang cups or, I don't know what you hang, but you know what? I'm gonna find out because I've never been an adult before in the world. So I feel like I'm learning things day by day. I learned what a duvet was the other day. Had no idea. Feels pretty cool. Got little hooks on here. Oh, I didn't realize I hadn't been drinking my milk or eating my waffle cones, so it's probably getting warm. Milk is not the best thing warm, but these waffle cones, on the other hand, are pretty excellent warm. They look like little ice cream cones, like. That's pretty amazing. Well, now I gotta put a bunch of boxes away, do a bunch of recycling, get a bunch of things done. But I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And hopefully I can come on here again and do it again sometime soon. And until then, have a wonderful day.